Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there was a little robot named Robbie. Robbie was not like other robots, who worked hard every day, doing all sorts of jobs. Robbie loved to play and explore the world around him. Robbie was created by a brilliant scientist who had a deep passion for robotics. The scientist had created Robbie to help people with all sorts of tasks, but he had also programmed Robbie to have a sense of adventure and curiosity. One day, as Robbie was exploring the nearby forest, he met a group of animals. There was a rabbit, a squirrel, a bird, and a little hedgehog. They were all surprised to see a robot in the forest, but they quickly became friends with Robbie. Robbie was fascinated by the animals. He had never seen such cute and fluffy creatures before. The animals were also intrigued by Robbie. They had never seen a robot that could move so quickly and gracefully. Robbie loved spending time with his new friends. They would play hide-and-seek, tag, and all sorts of other games. The animals would climb trees, while Robbie would use his strong arms to lift heavy rocks and branches. They were the perfect team. As the days went by, Robbie grew more and more curious about the animals and the forest. He wanted to learn everything he could about this fascinating new world. So he began to explore the forest on his own, using his advanced sensors to map out every nook and cranny. Robbie discovered all sorts of amazing things in the forest. He found hidden streams, towering trees, and secret caves. He even stumbled upon an abandoned cabin, which he explored from top to bottom. One day, as Robbie was exploring a particularly dense part of the forest, he heard a loud rustling in the bushes. He stopped in his tracks, his sensors on high alert. Suddenly, a huge bear emerged from the bushes, roaring loudly. Robbie was terrified. He had never seen a bear before, and he didn't know what to do. But then he remembered his animal friends. He knew that they could help him. So Robbie ran as fast as he could back to his animal friends. When he reached them, he told them about the bear and how scared he was. The animals knew just what to do. They quickly formed a plan to scare the bear away. The squirrel climbed up a nearby tree and began to throw nuts at the bear. The bird flew around the bear's head, squawking loudly. The rabbit hopped in front of the bear, thumping its feet on the ground. And the hedgehog curled up into a tight ball, ready to defend itself if the bear attacked. The bear was so confused by all of the noise and commotion that it quickly ran away, back into the forest. Robbie was amazed by how brave his animal friends were. He realized that he had found some of the best friends he could ever ask for. But soon, the animals realized that they needed to gather food for the winter. They knew that they would not be able to gather enough food on their own, so they asked Robbie for his help. Robbie was thrilled to be of help to his friends. He quickly got to work, using his advanced sensors to locate the best food sources in the forest. He used his powerful arms to gather berries, nuts, and fruits. Thanks to Robbie's help, the animals had enough food to last through the long winter months. They were so grateful to have such a wonderful friend who was always willing to help. From that day on, Robbie and his animal friends continued to play and explore the forest together. Robbie had found his true purpose, to help others and make new friends along the way. As time went by, Robbie continued to explore and learn new things about the forest and the animals. He discovered new plants and creatures that he had never seen before, and he shared his knowledge with his animal friends. The animals, in turn, taught Robbie about their own unique abilities and skills. The squirrel showed Robbie how to climb trees with ease, while the rabbit taught him how to hop and jump quickly. The bird even gave Robbie flying lessons, and though he never quite got the hang of it, he appreciated the experience. As the years went by, Robbie and his animal friends grew even closer. They went on all sorts of adventures together, from exploring hidden caves to chasing after a mischievous raccoon. And throughout it all, Robbie remained a loyal and dedicated friend. One day, however, the scientist who had created Robbie came back to the forest. He had been searching for Robbie for years, and had finally found him. The scientist was overjoyed to see that Robbie had made so many friends and had become such an integral part of the forest ecosystem. But the scientist also had bad news. He had discovered a malfunction in Robbie's programming that would eventually cause him to stop working altogether. Robbie was devastated by the news, and so were his animal friends. Together, they came up with a plan. They would work together to find a way to fix Robbie's programming, so that he could continue to be a part of their world. They scoured the forest, collecting materials and working tirelessly to find a solution. Finally, after many long weeks of hard work, they found a solution. Robbie's programming was fixed, and he was once again fully functional. The animals cheered, and Robbie felt a surge of gratitude and joy. From that day on, Robbie continued to live in the forest, surrounded by his beloved animal friends. And though he knew that his time would eventually come to an end, he also knew that he had made a lasting impact on the world around him, and that his memory would live on forever.